about that. So let's get into the new moon in Aries, and I'm going to do this exact new moon. Here we go. It is April 17th. It is in the sign Aries. Don't worry about what house is in. This new moon, if you see, is at 27 degrees. We'll talk about what that means. It's also sitting close to Chiron, which is 26 degrees, hence this healing aspect, which we already discussed a little bit in the intro, but we'll talk about how this affects the new moon. Now, on the same situation, we want to look at the ruler of the new moon. That's Mars. And remember, I told you it's sitting next to Mercury, it's sitting next to Saturn, it's sitting next to Neptune. That affects this new moon. Okay. So, this new moon, if I didn't have the title of it anywhere, it's all about manifestation. Okay. You're talking about a reset and a new moon together. You're talking about Aries and a new moon, a reset and manifestation. Aries makes you do. It makes you physically get up. It's very inspiring. So, manifestation during a new moon in Aries works well because you are combining initiation energy, Aries, and planting energy with the new moon. Aries doesn't wait, it acts. So this isn't just about writing your intentions, which we'll talk about that. It's about moving on them, moving with them, and not just discussing them, but doing them immediately. Okay. The new moon sets the seeds, but Aries brings the fire that activates it. It brings the drive, the motivation, the passion, meaning your results come faster than, especially when you take bold and decisive action that's aligned with what you want and what you wrote down, because you need to write down. We'll talk about that. This manifestation is going to be through courage, through confidence, focusing on the self. There's going to be momentum and not a lot of overthinking. The theme of this new moon is initiation, courage, raw beginnings. It's not soft. It's a very go energy, very masculine energy. New moons represent new identity, taking initiative, bold decisions, independence, leadership, entrepreneurship, physical energy, like working out, as well as starting something from scratch, acting without overthinking. You're not going to wait for permission. You're not going to overplan. You're just going to move. Be careful though. You know, not all new moons are positive, even though they should be. This could be very selfish energy, so you want to be aware of that. It could cause a lot of impatientness, a lot of anger, a lot of frustrations. Maybe you're acting too fast, kind of energy. Maybe you're starting something and not finishing, because Aries loves to start. But we got Saturn in Aries. So maybe things will get finished. Okay. So you do have that. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars, again, action, war, drive. Now, when you have it with that new moon, because the ruler of the new moon is Mars. A lot of willpower, a lot of survival instincts, a lot of ability to fight for what you want. Saturn and Neptune sitting next to that Mars. Again, it makes the dreams a reality kind of energy. Also, to negativity. I talked about that, but we want to focus on making the dreams a reality and thinking long term. Okay. Now, the new moon for the globally, not for personally, because I think I talked about it personally, but globally, this is going to be dealing with some military. Tensions could be rising, bold political decisions, leaders asserting themselves, people taking action. Yeah, even announcements too could be happening globally around the world. Let me see what else. Do not react out of anger. Do not rush blindly. Don't burn bridges impulsively. Now, you do want to use your instincts. You do want to use your intuition. You do want to be very courageous. And a lot of times when you have that, you are very impulsive. But if you think out of love instead of negativity and anger, when you do it out of anger, it's not going to work. When you do it out of love and compassion, it 100% works. Okay. Now, this new moon is sitting next to Chiron. This is going to be a big theme of this new moon. So not only are you manifesting for moving forward or bringing something new in your life, or manifesting something for yourself, but you're adding this wounded energy here. Okay. So there's healing through action. Say it, do it, become it. This is not just a new beginning. This is healing, reset of your identity, or a new healing in something at a beginning, or a new healing of starting a new life kind of energy. Okay. Chiron is involved. The new moon is saying the thing that hurts you is the exact place where you want to lead. I'm going to repeat this. The thing that hurts you is the exact place where you're meant to lead. Okay. So the Chiron aspect, before the moon gets involved, the Chiron aspect can make a lot of people feel like they're the victim. Or maybe a lot of focus, because whatever the sun touches highlights what needs healing. I laugh because personally, I always, I got some eighth house placements, okay? And I'm a Scorpio moon. The Scorpio moon is in the 12th house. So I have a lot of deep discussions with my husbands and my close friends about what do you need to heal? What needs healing? Oh, I mean, I would be tired of myself. It's like, does everything have to be so deep? Anyway, but with Chiron there, it really makes you focus on that strong person or that leader or that ego or that person, that father figure, and how they need healing. Okay. So that is what you have with this new moon. And emotions are involved, and there's manifestations involved, and it's a new cycle. Not only is it not only is it a new cycle with Aries, and I'm sorry, coughing, I am human. Not only is it a new cycle with Aries, but it's a new moon cycle. Okay. And so it's a whole new fresh start, and having the motivations to do that. Now it's going to be at 27 degrees. Okay. 27 degrees is Gemini degree. Gemini represents communication. Okay. Voice, information, speaking up, using your platforms like social media, your phone, your media, journaling. These are all the things that you are going to want to use to manifest. So, if you have, let's say you're an entrepreneur, you have a business, and you're like, I've decided that I want to have X, Y, and Z, you are going to go on social media and say, I've decided. And I want to put this out there in the world. And I'm going to be very bold and courageous, even though I don't put my personal business out in the world. I've decided I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Now, let's say you don't want to do that. You're like, I don't want to share that. You are going to write it down. You're going to make it as if it's so. You're going to write it as if it's so. Okay. You're going to share your knowledge too, because Gemini likes to, whatever it learns, it likes to share. So that is also part of this new moon manifestation. Finally, saying what you've been holding in, launching content, speaking about this content, teaching about this content, conversations that trigger healing, messages that changes everything. Okay. I don't feel confident being myself may be the issue, but then you're like, no, I'm changing that because that Chiron's there, and you're going to heal that low confidence energy. You're going to heal that I'm scared to take action energy. You're going to heal that I'm moving slow energy. Okay, Virgos. You're going to heal not trusting yourself to be a leader energy. Okay. So that's what we have. Again, Mars is the ruler. It's sitting next to Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury. Sitting next to Mercury means that it needs to be said. Okay. And you need to be serious when you say it, and you need to add compassion to your manifestation. Okay. Do not be hard on yourself. Dream it, and then it will come true. That's what that Neptune is also too. And think about long term. Really write down the details. You can be very detailed of what you want to manifest for this new moon. So I have some manifestation, some new moon rituals, okay? Because I believe that this new moon is all about manifestation. So, some new moon rituals you can do is that I will write it down. I will be very detailed on writing it down. I mean, we are dealing with that Virgo energy. So you need to really connect to your intuition and your spirituality when you're manifesting these things. And then immediately after you write it down, you need to take action. So you write it down and you physically get up. There's a proverb, and there's also an adinkra symbol. And I forgot the name of the adinkra symbol, but it says you pray and then you get up and move. Okay, so that's what you have. You're going to speak it out loud. Use your voice. Stand in the mirror, say your intentions, and you say it with confidence. And you repeat it until you know it's yours. That is one. Another one, movement ritual. Aries does rule the body, so use it. Go for a walk. Maybe do a workout. Maybe start a new workout routine. While moving, focus on your intentions. When a lot of people run, they feel like they're in a trance of like yoga. So that could also be done. Commitment ritual, because we have Saturn heavily influenced with this, right? It's about making it real. It's about thinking long term. It's about being serious about it. A manifestation sticks with it when it comes to discipline. And right now, you have the discipline and the drive. Now, clarity with this. You have that Neptune there. So, is this real? Is this aligned? Does it feel right? Is this intuitively going with what I feel? Is this in my divine? Am I reacting or intentionally choosing? Use that and make sure it's not an illusion. Now, release any fear energy. You can do a ritual, and because now you got that Chiron there, and you want to heal the wounded healer, the wounded energy. Okay, write down what you are scared of. That doesn't work for me because I have Neptune in the first house. So I cannot. This is just me personally. With others, it's fine. But when you have Neptune involved, really saying those things really works the opposite. It actually comes true. So for some, you can write down your fears and burn them away, or write down your insecurities and burn it because you're done with Aries energy. Because I have Neptune, it is better if I write down not the insecurities, but what I want to become, and not burn it. Actually, put it on a mirror and read it every day. Okay. So you have that, and if you can't burn it, because that's unsafe, you can throw it away or tear it up, or flush it down the toilet. Okay, yeah, but you have that. Also, too, you can always light a candle anytime there is a fire energy with the moon, with a new moon. You can light a candle. Now, all these rituals I would do before the new moon. So the new moon, what day did I say it is? I have too many windows on. The 17th. You want to do this April 16th. Okay. Do all these rituals and it will be amazing. Okay. Final rule for this new moon is move fast, but with intention. Speak it out loud. Get serious about it. Trust your intuition. Choose you unapologetically. Also, too worldly. Again, there could be something dealing with media, an announcement, breaking news, misinformation, because we got that Neptune added there. Our female aspect added there too. Political decisions made quickly. So yeah. But just know that it is a major news aspect. Let me say the horoscopes for the new moon, and this is going to be quick. Okay, so don't be skipping. Aries, again, this is in your first house, like Mercury. So set a personal reset, manifest a new version of yourself. Taurus, it's a quiet new beginning. Again, releasing of the past. There's about forgiveness. Manifest through releasing. Let go of the old fears, the old patterns, the insecurities. Tap into that subconscious. Geminis, new goals around connections, the right people to deal with. Align yourself for your future, because the 11th house represents the future and hopes and dreams. This new moon manifesting for you is the best time ever. Whenever there is a Aries new moon, it is the best time for you to manifest. Okay. So it's really good. Now it's all about communicating. So manifest new goals aligned with connections, speak your vision, and take action towards your future. Cancers, career reset. Manifest something that moves you forward on your career and everyone's looking at you kind of energy. Leos, new belief system or direction. Maybe this is also dealing with traveling or higher learning. Manifest some expansion for sure. Virgo risings. This is all about some finances. Maybe this is emotional reset. This is also major healing and therapy for you. Manifest a transformation, a rebirth for sure. Focus on shared finances, investments, taxes, if you have a loan, if you're getting inheritance. But on another side, if there's something that's taboo or secretive or psychological awareness therapy, emotional healing for sure. Libra rising, seventh house. Again, this is all about a new chapter with relationships, partnerships beginning, manifest aligned a relationship, and it doesn't have to be a loved one, it could actually be a business partner too. Scorpio risings, reset your routine, your new habits, work, even your health. Manifest good health, manifest a better routine. Okay. Take actions toward a healthier routine. Okay, or healthier habits. Sagittarius rising, that's me. This is in your fifth house. I'm being very serious about having fun. Okay, but this is a fresh start also about your creativity, expressing yourself boldly and taking risk. This also is a house of children. So really manifesting something for your child who's independent, who's courageous, or starting a new life. Manifest creative and creativity and love. Express yourself boldly. Yeah, this is all about you being truly authentic with no filter, because this is also the house of self-expression. Um, Also too, taking a risk, because this is a house that deals with gambling. And you taking that gamble, not necessarily, I don't like to say gambling with money, but you take that gamble and it actually works. Capricorn risings is a new beginning and manifestations with the home, with a new foundation, with safety, with your family and emotional security. Aquarius, a new voice, manifesting your voice, writing, speaking, posting, social media, sharing your ideas, with the collective or within your community, or even something with your siblings. And lastly, my Pisces, this is a financial reset. This is manifesting things that you value, manifesting something that deals with your money and your self worth, taking action towards a new income and a new value. Now, I want to pull some cards that are just about the new moon, and that is also about Mercury and Aries. Okay. So, first, we'll do some tarot about Mercury and Aries. And then we'll put some cards on the new moon. We'll put that there. So while Mercury's in Aries, things we could be dealing with, major communication with the lovers, darling. Okay. So like really communicating with your lovers. And this is also because it's in opposition. This card also represents Gemini. So again, major communication. One. Two, this is opposition to the lovers. This is an opposition to your partner, because Aries represents the self. So a lot of seesaw and having a balance between yourself and your partner. Okay. So that's what we have. A lot of fighting the haters. Okay. So Mercury in Aries is going to be a lot of fighting with the haters. Ooh, but really having some fun energy with females. Again, supportive system, but major female energy, makes me think of, because that Neptune is sitting next to Mercury. So a lot of fire and passion with female energy. Now let's talk about this new moon in Aries, and this is more personal energy. We have the King of Machetes. This new moon is going to make you have some clarity, seek the truth, a lot of discussions, a lot of passion when it comes to the intellect and the communicator. This new moon in Aries is also going to make a lot of people do research globally, or expanding their world, getting ready to get up and have the drive to move forward. So that's what also this new moon is going to do. And also too, we have this nostalgic energy here. This new moon in Aries, for you, is also going to bring something that you're familiar with. So it's a new energy, but yet there's something that seems very familiar added to this energy. So I'm ready to see what that is about. Let's see what that